Carlos EC, and today I have a new drawing based on the drawing I did previously of the Spyderco Aztec. So basically, I trace some of the lines from the previous design, and I make some new ones. For example, around the finger choil, the forward finger choil, I just completed the half circle there. Some different lines around the handle. It's just as thick and just as long. The pivot, I made it a little bit bigger, and I struggle with the design of the pivot here. Eventually I give it a new-ish kind of look. And the grind, again, it's not your typical Spyderco grind. I have a grind that allows for a sharpening choil and finger choil. And then right now on the design of the handle, I do something to make it look a little bit like the Techno. If you guys are familiar with the Spyderco Techno, it's a frame lock flipper from Spyderco, and it has like a beveled edge all around the knife, giving it some ergonomic points and some refined look to it. And here I want a straight line where your thumb would be if you're pushing down, just because some rounded lines might eventually make a hot spot. So I want more of a straight line there. And right now I'm just tracing the hard lines with my fountain pen. This Recife crystal from Paris. I don't think you can buy them in the US, but I got it from a friend. Now I'm adding some nice jimping to the knife. I like jimping around the thumb. You don't need it on every knife, and some people argue that you don't need it at all. But personally, I like the look of it, and I like the feeling of it. Trying to erase some of my pencil lines that really shouldn't be there, and I'm trying to make the beveled lines on the handle a little bit more aesthetically pleasing to make more sense on the drawing. By the way, I hope everyone's just doing great, wonderful. I used to doodle and draw a lot in high school. It was just a pastime of mine, a hobby per se. Nowadays, it's a rare practice. I'd like to get more into it. I wouldn't call this an original design, obviously, because it's based on a knife that is based on two different knives. So I do want to give credit to Peter Recenti and Spyderco for the Python and the native line of knives, because I really like their blade shapes. This one's a little more on the sheep's footy, cleaver-ish side, so I made it a little tiny bit different on the blade side, and obviously a lot of the features are different, and the handle is now different as well. Eventually I come up with a pivot that on the spot, and I tried circling it in with blue, but you can't really see the blue. It's so dark, it just looks black. And then I color in the what I would think would look different. It's a saver grind, so usually the saver, the flat part on a saver has a different finish than the grind of the knife, non-flat, I guess. And also I colored in the beveled on the handles just to make it pop a little bit, and I sign it with a letter B for Beltran, I guess. And yeah, put in Spyderco Aztec, and I call it a day. I honestly don't think this would be a functional piece, and the reason I think it wouldn't be a functional piece is mainly because the blade might be a little bit too big for the handle. I'm having a lot of fun doing these. and even the narration part of what I'm doing is pretty fun. Like doing the audio after and just seeing me work on it is fun for me. I may have gone over time by now, so yeah, thank you guys for the madness, the comments. Let me know what I should change on this design on the third iteration of the Aztec. I write down what pens I used and what not for future references. See you guys on the next video.